you want a different life, but you actually do absolutely nothing about it. There is one thing that does not click in my brain, is that many of you are gonna yap your dreams out to so many people and still keep doing nothing towards it. You're gonna say, okay, I wanna be an influencer. You're gonna say, I wanna be a vlogger, I wanna be a videographer, I wanna be a chef, I wanna be yada 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 yada. There's so many different professions, right? Or so many different dreams that people can have. These are just examples. But somehow you make all of the stupidest decisions that actually keep you in the same life, and it does not give you any good. Because one thing is that if you really want to change your life, be ready that you're gonna pay with the cost that your old life is not gonna exist. And the thing is that in case if you do the same fucking actions every day, for example, that you go to your same work, that you basically wake up somewhere at noon, you do not do anything just to go to the fucking gym, you do not do anything to lose weight, you do not do any fucking anything, you just still keep doing the same fucking shit. And it really shows to me that you really do not want the shit that you speak about at all. People really love talking about their dreams to their friends, to family, about their love life, about their relationships, about everything what is on their brain, and especially women. You love imagining the future, but when it actually comes to that you finally need to start doing something, you go ghost. So first of all, darling, stop yapping all of the shit out to your friends, family, anybody you know, even to the random person on the street that you just met 5 minutes ago, right? Because I can guarantee you, when you're gonna tell your dreams to another human being, I can give you more than 95% guarantee. There's a can be like that 5%, which is possible that maybe it's gonna work, but it's not gonna work. You're not gonna do shit about it because you yapped it out. You basically shared your fucking intention with a random somebody. I'm sorry that if I'm calling your family a random somebody, but it is like that because I've been also that person. I've been yapping all of this shit out to my boyfriend, to my family, to my friends, to everybody I fucking know that I really want to be that sort of a person. But one thing that I've discovered, everything started working when I stopped yapping it out. I even didn't tell my mother. I didn't tell anyone what is gonna be my next step. You know why? Because I didn't want to jinx it. I wanted it to fucking work, and I did the steps to make it fucking work. So stop yapping the shit out to everyone. And the beginning is gonna be difficult. You're gonna be failing millions of times. You're still gonna be yapping it out. And I'm gonna tell you, after this, you're gonna have about 2 to 3 months stagnation phase where you're not gonna do shit about it. Just stop doing it. Honestly, it doesn't matter who it is. Really, even that's the most important person in your life, stop doing that shit. Now, guys, let's talk about money. My favorite topic. So everybody says that they want to get rich. Okay, which kind of actions you did to get there? What type of actions did you fucking take so it could bring you closer to your dream of being rich? Because saying I want money does nothing about it. Everybody wants money. We have an economy problem in the world. Everybody wants money. Everybody needs it. My question is, what actions did you take? Did you start managing your finances? Did you find the leaks in your finances? Did you start investing? Did you find a skill or a thing that you can monetize? What the fuck did you do? Did you organize your life to finally get closer to your dream of getting rich? I don't think so. But also, you're not gonna become rich overnight. Your only way that you can become rich is finally building a structure for yourself and finally organizing your own finances. No, I'm gonna tell you, your 9 to 5 job of being a waitress or being a manager in a cafe is not gonna make you rich. The thing that is gonna make you rich, or either way, if you're gonna start freelancing, either when you're gonna open a business, which is also gonna require bigger expenses, and still you're maybe gonna get rich within 3 to 4 years, maybe a decade. It's gonna take time. You cannot become rich overnight. I know that a lot of people are feeding themselves with that illusion, oh, how to become rich overnight. And I know there's a lot of financial influencers saying, oh wait, buy this course to become rich in a week. Of course, you know how they're becoming rich? Because they're selling those courses to you. You paying them money. With feeding you with an illusion that you can become rich, they're gonna sell a shitty course to you. And they're gonna become rich because you bought it, not because they created some sort of a guide that they became rich. I can guarantee you, those financial influencers, actually, most of their cars are rented. They live in a rented home. They live in a rented apartment. They have shit rented. Let's be honest. Not everything online, which is totally glamorized, is actually gonna be real. How do you know that they bought it? Because they said it to you? Did they provide any checks or any proof? I don't think so. If you really want to get rich, and I'm not the richest person on planet Earth, but I saw successful people because I did work with successful people. So first of all, what happened? They found a skill that they're good at. It can be customer service. It can be social media management. It can be graphic design. It can be anything that you're good at. Maybe you're good at fashion design. Maybe you're good at styling people. Maybe you're good at makeup. So find, first of all, a skill that you're good at. And in case if you don't know a skill, find an interest that you're interested in and then try to learn it. I am not asking you, darling, to go to multiple courses which gonna cost you gigantic money. And I know a lot of you might not have money for the courses, right? Then start learning it on YouTube. Start learning it somewhere else. Start asking ChatGPT about it. There's so much information in our world when it comes to finances, when it comes to skills and all of that stuff that you can use for free and just fucking sit and learn and put your full attention there instead of finding fucking excuses of not doing that shit. Okay, if you do not have the money to do it, or you do not have the money to buy an expensive course to become a nail master, then start earning it online. My friend, she actually trained on me and also another friend, and I asked her then, what did you do? Where did you learn? And she's like, yeah, I learned it myself on YouTube. Can you imagine a person now who in the beginning learned herself? She, after found a job without even any courses of doing so, and now she has a full ass business because she one moment found an interest that she's good at or she's interested in. She started doing it at home. She started training on her sister. She started training on her mother. She started training on anybody else. And then people came into her life, providing her with the opportunity to work. Because also connections matter here. My point is that you do not need an expensive course to make it happen for yourself. Period. Just start learning on YouTube. Start somewhere. You do not have to be fucking perfect at doing it. Just you literally, darling, start somewhere. And then everything in your universe is gonna start laying out so you can finally get to the point where you need to be. If you have a desire in your heart, like, you know what, I want to be an actress, but you think that you're too old. I saw so many people who are started after 30 and they're doing that and they're earning money from it. And you know what, there's also one interesting fascination that I saw. My grandma's friend, she's like 60 something years old, and for all her life she worked in a baking business. She had that business till she's 60. At 60, she realized, I do not want to do this anymore. I really do not want to do it. I don't care. I'm done. And a woman, of course, she doesn't want to just stay there and do nothing because, you know, when you're kind of retired, your kids already kind of grew up, you need to do something. And what she did, she went to study. She found a free course, actually. She went to study as a hairdresser. And then she found a job as a hairdresser at 60 years old. So in case if you're saying, oh, I'm too old to do that. You're just feeding yourself fucking bullshit. Hello, darling. Wake up. It's time to literally do something. Because if you're gonna sit in the same spot, nothing magically is gonna appear. Nobody is gonna come to you with a golden platter and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give you everything what you want for. No, life does not work that way. You have to grind your shit and get there where you want to be. I am that type of a person. So, I have a very nice story with that. One thing that I wanted always to be is to be successful, is to earn the N amount of money, and just actually be self-employed. And I've been working in 9 to 5 for a decade. And you know what is interesting is that I've discovered in those fields, you really cannot get rich only if you're CEO. And to become CEO, You have to have connections, darling. That's not possible. I always wanted to do something. And when I've been working my last 2 years in employment, I've got an offer from a girl in a salon. She said, like, why can't you be a social media manager? And I'm like, that's interesting. Okay, let me try it. And I've been working for $200 per month. And one thing that I've discovered, I'm actually pretty good at making designs. I'm good with Canva. I really love communicating. I'm good at customer service because I've been doing customer service there. And I thought, like, you know what? I can monetize that shit. And then I started offering my services to other clients, and my income started growing. My check started growing. Now I ask about from $500 to $700 per month, and I'm earning that. That's what I live for. And eventually, I did realize that I started earning much more money while being self-employed, how I wanted. Then when I've been in employment, and I hated my job. I hated 9 to 5. But point is that I found the skill. I did the work. I practiced. I learned from my mistakes. Then I took on one course, which is gonna enhance my skills for money that I already earned. And then I started raising my check depending on how much I invested into my knowledge. So, darling, stop sitting on your fucking ass and start doing shit. Find something to do. That's it. You just need to fucking start doing it. But you choose to procrastinate that shit. Now, let's talk about happiness. A lot of people think that money is actually gonna make them happy. But in reality, money is just a part of happiness. If you have a hole in your heart or in your soul and you feel that there's an empty spot, and you can have millions of money in it and you will not be happy. Happiness is a feeling that you can only find within yourself. By being balanced with yourself, by being grateful for what you have, even though you ride a bus. Because happiness is actually about being okay with yourself and being okay with what you have. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna tell you, I know a lot of you also might sit in the situation not being grateful for what you have. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm living in a room with my parents. I wanna live alone, but I do not have the money. Or ride all of those disgusting buses with all of those alcoholics inside. It pisses me off. You know what I can tell you? A lot of people in countries where they do not have a lot of money, they do not have those things. They do not have the home you have. Let's speak about women in Afghanistan. They do not have the freedom you have. And you're complaining by the things that you have. Sorry, I'm gonna drag you down for it. But you're never gonna be happy because you are constantly complaining about the things that you don't have. Start being fucking grateful. Go on the bus and say thank you that you have a bus. That you can go on a bus on a rainy weather and be happy about it. Because when you're gonna be grateful, it's gonna be easier for you to come to the next goal. This is how gratitude works. Can you imagine there's homeless people who do not have a house? And yeah, no, a lot of you might say, oh, it's their fault. No, guys, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of the homeless people are actually becoming homeless not because of their faults, because some people decided to fuck up and pull all of the guilt on them. So, darling, start being fucking grateful for what you have, because you are being an entitled brat if you're complaining that you have a house, you have food, you have everything, and you're still complaining about the shit you have. Be fucking grateful. If you're grateful for the things you have, you're always gonna be happy. You're gonna be optimistic. You're gonna be smiling. You're gonna love life. But if you're gonna be complaining, I'm gonna give you a 100% thing that you're gonna be miserable as fuck. And you're gonna complain that you're not happy. I think one more thing that I really wanted to touch point about this one, because I heard a lot of complaints that people were saying, oh, my relationship is not so good. I want a better relationship. There's two different types of relationships, toxic and not toxic, but also with some minuses in there. And in both situations, women are gonna tell, I do want my boyfriend or husband to change. So when it comes to toxic relationships, there is a very tiny chance that person is gonna change, darling. He is not. He's gonna do the same shit all over again and again and again and again. They heard you. They listened to you. They told you, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it again. And they did it. There's a very nice phrase. If a man wanted to, he would. If he didn't, he will not even want to do it. He will not change. Do not even feed yourself with fucking illusions that he will not. And you still feeding yourself with fucking illusions that he's still gonna change. No, darling, he's not. This is a moment where you should fucking leave. Now let's go to healthy relationships. I heard a lot of women complain that, oh, he's not rich, he's not giving me attention, he's not a millionaire, and all of that, but you see him working like a donkey on 3 different jobs. So he can pay for your teeth. So he can pay for your home rent. So he can pay for the things that you asked for. And you're still complaining about that he's not a millionaire? I'm sorry, girl, let's be realistic. If you want a millionaire, first of all, leave him. You're wasting his time. He can find a better girl. If you want a millionaire, I can tell you, you will be a sugar baby, first of all. That's gonna be a guy who's gonna be 45 or 50, and he's not gonna see you seriously. He's either gonna see you as a baby-making machine, which he pays for, or he's gonna see you as something else to use for, and he's gonna pay you money for it. No old man is interested in a girl who's 20 years old for serious relationship. He can be interested in you for some sort of other reasons, darling, but definitely not building a relationship with you. But a guy who's 25, who's 20 years old, who's 30 years old, maybe he has a job that's already good. He's showing up for you. He does things for you. He buys things for you. He does everything to keep you with him because he gives a fuck. He loves you. And you're still complaining about that he's not rich. He's not gonna be rich yet. But he's gonna be rich till when he's 40. He's gonna be rich when he's 50. You need to fucking sit and wait. Because he's not gonna be rich if he was not born rich. If he was not born with connections, he's not gonna be rich at 25. Sorry, let's be realistic. It is possible. But if he already done it at 19, but he's not gonna become rich in 1 year. That's not, no. Money is being built within time, okay? So let's come back to earth. Because in this situation, you really need to sit down with yourself and be like, is this person giving his maximum right now? And if he's doing really things for me or no? If he does, he's a precious golden boy. He loves you. He does everything for you to keep you happy. Even though he went somewhere outside because they did not have the money to buy you an expensive bouquet of flowers. He went outside. He spent time collecting those flowers somewhere. He found a spot, first of all, to collect flowers somewhere. And he brought them to you because he knows you love flowers. But of course, he did not have the money to buy those fucking 100 roses. And a lot of women might say, but you know what? I'm going to be pregnant. How he's gonna provide for me? First of all, he's gonna be able to provide for you if you're gonna be wise enough not to pop children when you're poor. Because having a kid is expensive. I saw my parents do it. It's expensive, okay? And it's also gonna take a lot of your time. And you're gonna be also fighting a lot. You're not gonna be even communicating with that. But I'm not gonna speak here about pregnancies because I was not pregnant yet. But I saw my parents. In our economy, it's even more expensive than it was 10 years ago. But what I mean by that is that wait till he does something that he's gonna get to the point where he needs to get, and that's gonna get time. So please do not pop children when you do not have the finances to do it. Be wise. But in case if he's somebody who really loves you, he really is gonna make it happen to have the finances to have children with you. But you need to wait. And maybe you're gonna wait till you're 30. Maybe you're gonna wait till 35. But in case if you want this love to work, you have to be patient. But to wrap this all up, because I think I spoke a lot about it, is that people are gonna complain about everything. And they're just gonna use their complaints as fucking excuses. Not to do it. You're gonna still stay in the same place. That's it. You're just literally gonna complain, and do absolutely nothing about it. Because complaining feels easier than fucking doing it. And actually, one thing that fascinates me the most, that the same people who complain, they're gonna be shocked and asking why nothing did change. No shit. You've just been complaining all your life and not being happy about what you have. And you did nothing to change it. So of course, after 5 years, your life still looks the same. You go to the same job, you still meet the same people. Nothing has fucking changed. You live in a procrastination mode all of your life. But if you really want to change your life, be ready that it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be disgusting. mentally. It's gonna be difficult. You're gonna be scared. You're basically jumping into nowhere. You're basically starting a totally new chapter where there's no paragraphs or words in it. But if you're one of those people where on the first steps that something goes wrong, you get scared, you're just gonna back off, I'm gonna tell you, 100% nothing is gonna fucking change. You're gonna be the same person for the rest of your life. Your life is gonna be fucking boring. But if you're ready to change, it's gonna be difficult. You're gonna hate even sometimes part of it. But you know what? You're gonna sit and cry in the corner and be like, you know what? Nothing is working out. Of course! You're making mistakes. And to go on that way, you need to make mistakes. Please, guys, understand me. But by the end of the day, you really decide either you're gonna do it now or you're actually just gonna procrastinate the shit out of it. That's your decision to make, not mine. I made my decision. I did the things that I wanted to do. But point is that fucking start doing shit if you hate your life so much.